Hi Aquarius, my sun sign brothers and sisters, welcome to your February 2020 Horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you as always. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued sub, you know I love you. So, before we go any further, a happy damn birthday to you. The sun is in Aquarius. As we film this, here I am. The day, I think it's the day after, yeah, the sun has moved into Aquarius. And I tell you, didn't it feel like a long time? Yes, it did. Not going to say that we're all completely out of the, because obviously eclipses work over the course of 3 to 6 months. We have that massive conjunction that we're still kind of feeling the energy of. But you know, I think now we're going to start to see some of what shapes up because of it. So it's not all doom and gloom. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website addressed below. If you haven't got your Mindset Magic or Tribal Tuesday seat, you can do so on the links in the description box below. If you haven't got your retrograde survival kit, Mercury goes retrograde on the 9th of February, get yours in the description box below. There is currently £10 off. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help us on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So let's see what the month ahead, what's February, what's birthday season got in store for us. I know some of you were previous, so a happy birthday for those of you that are January borns. I myself am literally slap bang in the middle on the 3rd of Feb. So your actions and interactions with the world at large. We've got the Ace of Cups. I will take that. Wish fulfillment, happiness, abundance, and your cup overfloweth, as the saying goes, right? But the fact that this is in your actions and interactions with the world at large, this is about what you do, right? So your Ace of Cups would usually be about a wish fulfilled or something that happens to you. This month, you're about making it happen for you. This is about putting yourself out there, Aquarius. It's about you showing people that, you know, you see that meme and all of the signs have got like different types of heart. I mean, even Capricorn and Gemini have hearts. They were just either frozen or something else. And then Aquarius, there's just nothing. Okay, I take a little bit of offense to that. I feel very attacked right now. All jokes aside though, this is really about that. I feel like this month we're going to really be in our power. Yes, the sun's in Aquarius, so there's that spotlight on us. But your Ace of Cups basically says to me, not only are you coming from a place of true authenticity of who you are, but you're stepping out and showing people who you are at a heart and soul level, what it is that you hold within you. This is about you really going after the things that your heart truly desires. It's about you really chasing your dreams. That's the feeling that I get from this. It's like, what is your heart's desire? What is that thing? You know, when we sort of talk about wish fulfillment and, you know, the things that you want to happen, this is about you discovering this month what that truly is and what is it that you are prepared to do to put out there in order for this to happen. And the fact that you've got the Ace of Cups, this is about new beginnings, new starts. So I will say this from the offset, for those of you that have been going for jobs, that you've been applying for jobs, maybe you've been applying for different careers, maybe you've been applying for funding. For some of you, this feels like it might be a new job or maybe even new skills that you've applied for. This month, not only do you get what it is that you've applied for, but you're taking a step towards your best and brightest future. And with this Ace of Cups, it's kind of saying that providing you're not a complete, you know, numpty, you can't really do anything wrong this month. You know, your footsteps are guided. So wherever it is that you want to find yourself, these are the things that can happen for you now, which is absolutely brilliant, right? In our money and materials, we have the Four of Pentacles. So this is a month for you to save. It is a month for you to put money away. Now, a lot of people say, you know, Aquarians don't necessarily subscribe to, you know, it's not that we don't subscribe to money, it's just it's not the most important thing for us, to us. Why do we say that? So if you consider then that each sign in the zodiac is kind of a direct response to the one that comes before it, Capricorn is all about banking, institutions, money, structure. It's ruled by Saturn as well as Aquarius, so you know we've got that in common. But it's very traditional. It's about the things that you can touch, taste, see, smell. You know, it very much is about the here and now. You know, what I can hold, what I can spend. And Aquarius, in direct response to that, is, well, I'm humanitarian. I choose to look at what can be as opposed to what is, or history. You know, it's the complete opposite energy because it's a direct response to that. So that's why people say, like, oh, you know, money's not necessarily a big thing to Aquarians. However, and I think I could probably talk for about 95% of Aquarians, something seems to have taken place within the last 2 years, and maybe it is Saturn moving through that sort of 12th house that's kind of changing your old structures, your own personal structures, your own belief structures. Now Jupiter's in there in the mix as well, right, which is giving you this whole different perspective on things. So over the course of the last 2 years, you might have come into this space where you're like very money focused, very driven, very kind of on point and on trend when it comes to all things finance. And you might be thinking, like, you know, what's wrong with me? Does that, you know, did I break the Aquarius? No, you didn't break the Aquarius. What it means is, you know, that rewrite that's happened in your 12th house, or, you know, depending on where it is for you for your chart, but especially if you're an ascendant, and to a lesser degree if you're a sun sign, right? What this is kind of talking about for you is very much your outlook on those things have changed. It's like a deep understanding that whatever got you through before is no longer going to get you through now, right? It's a completely different energy. The fact that we've got the Four of Pentacles here in the money and material sector really does, for me, feel very much like the universe is saying, now is a time for you to save. Now is a time for you to get a handle on your savings, on your finances. Now is the time for you to start building a stash pot. Now is the time for you to really start focusing on how you can build more resources, what that actually looks like for you. The fact that it comes with the Ace of Cups, a lot of you may have decided on a number. You might have already said to yourself, right, by this time I'm going to have this much money put away. The Ace of Cups right next to the Four of Pentacles is saying that absolutely can happen. For those of you that are trying to conceive, for those of you that want a first or a second or third or whatever, however many more children, a village, why not? You know, this is very likely to happen. The energy is really there for it. For those of you that are hoping to buy a home or something to do with the home, the energy is definitely there for it. So money looks good this month, but it's going to be more about the slow incremental steps. It's going to be more about building that stash point than it is about it's going to be, more about that stash pot, you know, putting those resources away than it is about creating more resources, so to speak. So with that said, let's have a look at your communications with the world at large. You've got the Hanged Man. So this is a month for behind the scenes, even though the spotlight is on us because the Sun card is there. This is very much the kind of energy that, because your Hanged Man card is things that is reassessment, reevaluation, focusing in different ways or utilizing different energies. Now, the fact that it comes through the communication sector, this may actually be a very quiet month for you. You might be so focused on what your goals are and creating the things that you want that you're kind of just busy beavering away behind the scenes. The fact that you've got the Hanged Man here as well, it kind of suggests that this is not a month to do any really big sharing with anybody, especially about things that you're newly starting or newly beginning. Why do I say that? This card represents Pisces or the Hanged, it is the Hanged Man, Raph. Pisces or Neptune. Now, as many of you know, Mercury goes retrograde on 9th of February, and it goes retrograde in the sign of Pisces. So communications are going to be a bit of a challenge, right? So whatever house Pisces falls in your chart, this is where you're going to be experiencing that. And I actually think It's the second house, right? So I talked about this. Look at that. That's crazy. So it's about money. It's about finances. It's about other people's money. It's about taxes. It can even be about debts, sex, sensuality, all of those things. The fact that it comes through the Hanged Man, you could really find yourself having big conversations about money, about making money, about finances this month. You could even find yourself really looking at your personal worth, your own self-value. The fact that it comes with that Hanged Man card as well, you could really be asking a lot of these questions on a deep spiritual level. Because that's the thing with the Hanged Man, aside from everything else that it represents, it's a deeply spiritual card, and very often it represents true spirituality. You know, the type of spirituality where you make yourself quiet and deeply focused enough that you can really hear the inner voice speak. I mean, it's just phenomenal as well. If you get my daily email, if you're on the list, I think you can find the link for it in the description box below. If you get my daily email, you'll hear what I talked about today. It's just crazy to me, because when I see this now and it's coming up, I'm like, wow, was that a foreshadowing of, or a foresight of what was coming for February? So really beautiful energy. And then finally, we've got the Knight of Pentacles for the heart and half sector. So for those of you that are single, it looks like this month you could happenstance against upon somebody. You could really be finding as well that you've just got this determination to find love, to cultivate love, to have more love in your life. For those of you that are single as well, because it comes next to the Hanged Man, this could be a lot of fun, a lot of vibrancy. It could be almost like wrapped up in the fantasy, because it is that Mercury retrograde that's taking place. And you do have that Hanged Man card there in the communication sector. For those of you that are single or newly seeing somebody, just be sure that you're getting the full picture. Just be sure that you really understand what it is that they want. I don't feel like it's necessarily that they're being deceptive. I just feel like you might have very different outlooks. You might have very different ideas of where you're heading. For those of you that are partnered, this looks gorgeous. For you and your partner, it's the complete opposite energy. It's kind of like you guys find the rhythm. You guys find that energy where you're like, right, okay, you know what? I know where we're going now, and we're getting there together. This could very much be you guys looking at your joint finances. For some of you, you might be deciding, you know what, I think we're finally ready to buy. For others of you, this could be you saying, you know what, I think we're finally ready to start looking at whether we're going to have kids. For a select few of you, this looks like you may very well be welcoming in a pet of some sort. It's definitely a possibility. On a familial level, whoever your Capricorn people are, you might want to talk to this month, because it looks like they've got knowledge, information and wisdom for you. So your first week of the month. Okay, that one seems to want out. What are you? The High Priestess, right underneath the Ace of Cups. Somebody pregnant. I don't know who it is, but someone pregnant. Okay, the High Priestess right underneath the Ace of Cups, someone pregnant. Okay, so I don't know whether that's you, whether it's a friend, whether it's a family member, but someone having a baby. I am here to play with you. You'll know when I talk about these things, I'm deadly serious. Someone pregnant. Aside from the practical application, this really does feel like you are chasing something that your intuition it's either pointed you in a specific direction and you're like, right, you know what, I'm going for it 100%. Or there's like this need, this drive, this yearning to complete something, or to go for something, or go after something. I will say this as well, because it is the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups. Whether this is in your relationship, whether it's in your family, there is about to be a secret that will be revealed to you. And I've got to be honest with you, I feel like somebody's about to cough up a big one. Your second week of the month, you've got the Moon card, right? So Moon card, yes, it represents your past and your instincts and your feelings. Moon card right next to the High Priestess with that Ace of Cups in close proximity. This could be a month where you're not really so for you guys that are single especially, just be very wary of anybody that expects you to consistently foot the bill. Don't get me wrong, you know, it's modern times. I believe that everybody should share. Like, I'm just that person. You know, if I go out on a date with somebody or whatever, I ain't letting you pay. I don't care. No. And that's just because that's my stubborn Aquarius streak coming through. But whatever. Just be very sure, like I said, of what this person's intentions actually are. Like I said, I don't feel like they're actively lying. I'm just not 100% that they're presenting themselves. You know, everyone presents themselves in the best light, but just keep that in mind. The fact that the Moon card falls underneath your Four of Pentacles, you might be frustrated when it comes to finances this month. Like I said, I feel like they're good, but you may sort of have this idea of, I should be able to do this in a shorter space of time. And when that doesn't happen, you might become frustrated or anxious about it. So just keep that in mind. Your third week of the month, you've got the Hermit card right underneath the Hanged Man. Now, this is an interesting pairing because the Hanged Man, Pisces ruled, the Hermit card, Virgo ruled. These are direct opposites in the zodiac. And the fact that you've got the Hermit, this is about, yes, an inward journey. Like I said, I talked about that really deep spiritual work could be happening here. Just on the turn of the month as we go into Pisces season, you could really be feeling this a lot. You could be having lots of really powerful dreams. I mean, dreams are going to be off the chain. You've got the High Priestess, the Moon card and the Hermit. Over the course of February, pay attention to your dreams. You could be getting some amazing downloads, some really awesome messages in your dreamscape. If you don't have a dream journal, this is definitely the month for you to start one, because your dreams are going to show you so much. And like I said, to reiterate on this High Priestess message, I feel like not only are you going to hear a big secret from somebody in your world, or somebody's going to divulge something to you, I actually feel like you're going to get a really big spiritual insight this month. And I mean big, like to the point where it's monumental, and it could very well change your life, because it's going to really change your outlook in a really huge way. And then finally, you have the Tower card right underneath the Knight of Pentacles. I've got to be honest with you, whoever your Capricorn people are, if you don't know any Capricorn people, they'll likely be your earth signs. Maybe they're even teenagers or young persons in your life. Just check in with them this month, because it may very well be that that's the person that's coming to you and saying, look, you know what, I've got a secret, I need to talk to you. Just like with anything, if you freak out, they're going to freak out. So try not to freak out. I mean, we're Aquarians anyway. The thing is with Aquarius energy, and I've said this to everybody, everyone that knows me knows, like, you could tell me pretty much anything, obviously that nobody was being harmed, and I wouldn't bat an eyelid about it. You know, obviously if someone was being hurt or whatever, then, you know, I'd go crazy. But for the most part, there's nothing that anybody can tell me that will shock me. People are people at the end of the day. Your key to the month, Aquarius, is the Moon card. Double hit of this Moon card energy now. This feels for me like something is about to come full cycle. And what I haven't mentioned here as well, it does look like a friend or an old acquaintance is coming back into the picture. This could be somebody that you used to be really close with but no longer are. Maybe you've lost touch, maybe you're just not as close as you used to be, maybe you know, they have something that they need assistance with. If it's anything but finances, feel free to get involved. If it's monetary related, it's an absolute no. No. Anyone that asks to borrow anything this month, when it comes to finances and stuff, no. The energy just isn't there for it, so just keep that in mind. Your 29th of February leap year message is the Emperor. This is about really taking life by the horns and knowing that if your steps are pretty much guided and blessed, this is about taking responsibility for your dreams, Aquarius. It's about really taking responsibility to create the things that you want to see in your life. The fact that you've got the Emperor as well means that you could be aligning with either a bigger institution or, as I said right at the beginning, there is a job change of some sort, or maybe even a promotion that is coming in for you this month. Your message from the Emperor for the leap year is do it big, do it bold, and go for broke. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month, have a fantastic birthday, and if it's not too personal or private, please let me know in the comments. Take care, and I'll see you soon.